Episode 91, Pregnancy Hormones. Hey Magical Misfits, it's Kaidain Ivy and welcome back to Atonement for Me. So we're halfway through our pregnancy and it has been a little bit of a rough road, especially having hyperemesis. But getting tossed around by hormones is one of the most difficult parts of the hyperemesis plus being pregnant. I don't think as an adolescent, I really cognitively understood what hormones were and what they could make you do, because it's a strange place when it's just your reality and you're reacting to so many things as an adolescent and you're acting purely out of hormones and you don't notice it. And it's a little bit more blatantly obvious when you can recognize it when you're pregnant, because you're doing things that you totally normally wouldn't do. And it feels weird being driven by a force that's not quite your own, when you get really weird cravings because your body needs a specific nutrient and it's identified that as the way to get it. That to me is just so crazy. And living through it and experiencing it at the moment is one of the strangest kind of, it's almost a dreamlike state because it's not entirely of your own volition. So when I like to eat things that are sweet and salty at the same time, which poor Donald has been expanding his creative cooking and has been really great at making meals for me, even trying to get me to eat small meals so that I don't get sick, and finding foods that will not make me sick by just looking at them or by smelling them. Because you can smell more sensitively when you're pregnant. It's something in the hormones, and that is also quite overwhelming when you have one of your senses heightened at some point noticeably for an extended period of time that you're completely not used to. It's a weird kind of growing pain, like you having an arm that's too big for you all of a sudden. It's not completely changing your everyday, but it is dictating quite a bit of what you do. Because pretty much I feel like I don't get anything accomplished because all my brain can honestly handle is food and hydration and sleep. Those are the goals of the day, and sometimes it's really hard to focus on anything else. So Donald will try to have a conversation with me, and I'm really trying hard to pick apart what he's saying. It's kind of like navigating through like a hazy fog. Like I understand sort of, but in my head is so focused on one of those three things that it is not really hearing or comprehending what is going on. He gets super frustrated with me at some points, but it's also not something that I can turn on and off. It's almost like with the scent going up, like my hearing goes down because I can hear things, but I don't necessarily comprehend what I'm hearing. And I can see things in front of me, but I can't always make the logical connection between the two. Like I know something is there, but why it's there, I haven't put that together yet. And it gets really confusing. But it's an everyday task, and it's just like, oh, right, that mental capacity has been taken up by you really want a milkshake. And that's all you can focus on at that point in time until you've achieved that goal and that need has been satisfied. And now you can go about your regular business with some kind of mental clarity so that you're able to accomplish anything. It's it's definitely something new. And unfortunately, it's environmental because Donald has been getting baby brain almost as bad as me. So sometimes the two of us are really not putting things together, period. And that also means that we forget a lot of like calendar dates. You'll know vaguely this is coming up, it's supposed to be around this time, but you'll totally forget one piece of information. So usually between the two of us, we can kind of puzzle piece important bits of information together, like grocery lists and general maintenance things. But sometimes it's just like, but it's supposed to be here until the baby comes, and then we'll have another reason to have completely empty brains. And that is going to be a completely different adventure. And that's just the tea.